friends, have you ever heard of a global hotspot? Because it's something that for us outdoors people, especially, or wherever you don't have reception, wherever you don't have cell service, wherever you need to get a message out, or wherever there could be an emergency, basically, you want one of these global hotspots. They are absolutely brilliant, and Somewhere Labs has come a long way in the market right now of this little device. It's nice and compact, it's light, the battery lasts, I think the battery lasts like 1,000 messages or something ridiculous. And it's a pretty cheap device for what it is. This could save your life, 100%. This could save your life. For what it is super cheap. It's around $350 to buy, straight outright. And if you're into going out fishing in the deep ocean, if you're into forward driving, traveling long distances, exploring, hunting like I do a lot, excuse me, and you are going to lose reception, then one of these is a must, because at the end of the day, I want to come back and see my family. At the end of the day, I want to be able to go and relive another trip like that. And look, sometimes shit goes to shit. This device is going to help greatly. So under here, I'll show you a couple of the features, is a SOS button that you can push, call out for help. You're going to get rescued, or someone's going to come and help you, obviously. And it also connects to your phone. So Somewhere Labs has actually got their own app. So Android or iPhone, you can use the app, and you connect through that app, and you can just send text messages to anyone, whoever's in your phone, which is really cool. And they've managed to keep the cost right down for the monthly billing, because it doesn't just use satellites, right? So if there's no reception, doesn't matter where you are, anywhere in the world, it's global, it's going to use a satellite to get a message out. But if there's actually a cell provider in that area, even if it's not the cell provider that's on your phone, it'll connect and send the message out for those free of charge. If there's any Wi-Fi near you, it's going to use the Wi-Fi, send the message out free of charge. So really cool. You can be connected to this for as little as, I think well, here it is in front of me. This is US dollars. $8.33 per month. That's the ultralight plan. The plan that I'm on is like plan 2. It's $30 a month, but it gives me 75 satellite messages, 600 pin drops, which is just insane, but unlimited cell and Wi-Fi messages, and then you'll pay a little bit extra for all the extra messages that are going through satellite on that device. So really cool device. You know, I'm the sort of person, I need this. I've had to hit the SOS button on a device before, really scary moment, but I did get rescued and saved simply because I had a little device like this. This guy seems to be really robust, really handy. It lasts, like the power on it is absolutely insane. It's chargeable. You could charge it from a battery pack or a solar panel out in the bush. And yeah, really, really awesome device. Thanks Somewhere Device for sponsoring the podcast. Really appreciate it. And I friggin' love this device. So keep the good work up. Thanks for bringing in a really good product to the market. Nexus Bowhunting make an absolute premium arrow shaft. So brought to the market because we weren't satisfied, myself, Nick, Kim, and just a lot of feedback over the years that we weren't satisfied that there was a really sort of like a bomb-proof arrow setup on the market. There'd be good shafts, but not a good insert. There'd be a good insert, but not a good shaft. And we wanted to build the ultimate arrow that you could shoot it, maybe miss the animal if you're a horrible shot, like some of us sometimes, hit a rock in the background behind the animal, get your arrow back, you know, change the broadhead out or resharpen the broadhead and shoot the arrow shaft again. That's what we always wanted. So we have at Nexus Bowhunting, we've built the ultimate arrow shaft. It's a premium carbon, and the big one is this Defender insert outsert that we designed and had manufactured. It is amazing. Like, we've shot these in the anvils, bulletproof glass, rocks, bricks, hardwood, timber, you name it, and the arrow survives. So they're a great arrow, super accurate, and they're a 4mm shaft in diameter, so a lot less wind drag going through the air, a lot less resistance when you hit an animal and go through its hide and bone and things like that. And yeah, we've added a bunch of other products too, and there's a bunch more coming your way. So go and check out Nexus Bowhunting. That's Nexus with 2 X's, nexusbowhunting.com. And you can actually buy these pre-made. We do these custom builds now, and very shortly we're about to release a pre-fletched arrow to the market as well. So really cool. Go and check them out, Nexus Bowhunting. Weaponized Nutrition. So I've been on this product. I've been on 2 of their products actually. Weaponized Greens I've been on for a month and a half, and their Weaponized Mind I've been on a little bit less than that, but both products seem to work really well for me. And Weaponized Greens, basically like eating a bunch of broccoli and everything like that. It's going to be really good for your immune system, really good for gut health, and I mix it in with tea. I put it in with my coffee before. I put it in with protein drinks. You can just mix it up with water and drink it if you like. Heaps easier than eating a bowl of broccoli, I know that much. And their other product I've been on is Weaponized Mind. So the Weaponized Mind works really well. A couple of other things on this product, and you can find all this information on their website, which is weaponizednutrition.com. And this guy is going to be really good for your digestive system as well. It's packed of full of all the good stuff, right? So it's got I'll read this from the website: premium alkalizing superfood complex, natural herbs, extracts and antioxidants, essential vitamins and minerals, and it's a prebiotic and mushroom digestive enzyme complex. So all the really good stuff. And with their Weaponized Mind, which I've given a few of these pills out now to sounds bad, giving a few of these pills out. I've given some Weaponized Mind out to a couple of friends that are actually in the nutrition industry, just to see what they thought about them. I felt like they worked really well for me, but just to get other people's opinion, and they had very much the same results as me. So they felt like they were more focused. This is supposed to be good for your memory, your mental clarity, and focus, as I mentioned, and like just execution. So both great products, and go and check them out.
Hey guys, so today I wanted to talk to you about these amazing towels that are sponsoring our podcast. They're from a company called Will and Wind, and they're these really pretty, amazing microfiber towels, and they're really thin and super absorbent, and they don't leave any bad smells, and they dry really quickly. They're perfect for camping, exercising, traveling, taking to the beach. Yeah, so all the good things, and they're really on trend at the moment. So go onto their website and grab yourself a Will and Win towel and put in code Greentree10 for 10% off. Cool.
Guess what? We're not live, but we're live.
Talking to Lonnie.
As far as the recorder's aware, we're live. Yeah, we have Lonnie Broekman with us.
And Lonnie
a very
is
good friend
laughing
of ours.
uncomfortably.
So you could pick up that laugh.
Yes, I could. I'm a laugh reader.
Okay.
Yeah. Instead of being like a horse whisperer or an animal whisperer,
You're
I'm
a laugh reader. Yeah, cool.
Exactly.
Instead of reading poems, you could read laughs.
I can tell you all about yourself. Anyway, let's continue with what.
Welcome to the podcast, Lonnie, and thank you very much for coming in.
Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
For the invite.
You're very welcome. Did I invite you?
You did.
Is
Well,
that
I
an invite?
didn't.
It was just a text message, and I'm just like,
No, you didn't.
He does all the invites.
they're very spare of the moment too.
Spur.
You just sent me a time, actually.
Did I?
Yeah, you just said...
No, I know exactly what I said.
You said podcast Saturday or Wednesday next week.
Did I?
Yeah,
You replied yes.
to Wednesday being today.
Yeah.
perfect.
Okay. So this is great.
This is awesome.
So you're, to people who don't know who you are, you're Lonnie Broekman.
Broekman, actually. Yeah, it's a
Really?
It's a long story, eh?
Yeah, Broekman.
We've
had
spoken
this
about this.
discussion.
You and I have had this
I call
conversation.
him broke man, as in cashless man,
Yeah.
as a joke, but I know it was Broekman.
Yeah.
Isn't it? What did I say?
Broekman.
Oh, thick. Sorry.
Well, it's actually
He's got a full-time job. He's got money.
It's spelt Broekman.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
It's Broekman.
Well, I'm sticking with that.
Yeah. Well,
Sorry.
it's actually spelt BROCK MAN. but somewhere along the line, they fucked my birth certificate up. So the rest of my whole family is actually
No fucking way.
BROCK, and yeah.
How can they mess something up like that?
I don't know. A human error. It happens all the time.
We're actually trying to get Hunter his unique student ID card because he's going into, actually pretty exciting for me and Kim's parents. He's actually going to do a heavy diesel mechanic apprenticeship. Have I told you about this?
Haven't.
Yeah.
I haven't.
So he's about to do.
Excited.
Yeah, it's so good, and because it's a sort of job that you'll never. That's the sort of trade, qualification that you'll never be out of a job anywhere in Australia and probably the world.
And it pays good.
And it pays really good.
I hope he likes it.
And I know someone that's got a mechanical workshop, Greentree Mechanical. So he'll be working under me straight away, which is really cool.
Yeah.
For you, not so much for him.
But anyway,
he's asked you.
Whoopsie.
yeah, totally. But to try and get that is insane, like the identification and everything you need for him to get a form of identification. But yeah, they fuck your birth certificate.
Fucking acid was big back then, mate.
It must have been. I wouldn't know.
That's how it was.
Oh, shit.
So you're a good friend of ours, and you're a bow hunter as well.
We know we can't sum you up in one podcast.
So, and you're a family man.
100%.
Yeah, you've got a little boy.
Fucking legend too.
And Emma. Yeah.
Yeah, you do. You've got an amazing family, and I know that
I'm very lucky.
Hardcore cherish them and everything like that.
Super sweet.
And very dedicated. Actually, maybe it was Ty Fenwick that we had the podcast before this one, but we were talking that you can't roll everyone into the one basket. We're talking about other things, but we're just like, you could be a good surfer or a cockhead surfer. You can be a good bow hunter or an ethical bow hunter or unethical bow hunter just because you labelled something. And I got to the point where I'm like, and you can also be a good father or a shit father.
Yeah.
You're on the good father side of things, which is very good. So, but I'd like to actually know a little bit of your upbringing. Like we've had plenty of, talks around the fireplace and stuff like that.
Yep.
And, and it's very interesting to me, everyone's sort of upbringing, but your upbringing particularly, and then, hey, you're a bow hunter. Maybe you can roll that into how you got into the bow hunting scene as well. But just a little bit about your, family life.
Where were you born?
So I was born little coastal town just south of Newcastle, place called Redhead, for guys that actually aren't from here.
Yeah.
It was an awesome place to grow up. Come from probably what I'd describe as a less than average household. I wasn't into surfing.
Which is weird. I was about to say, like living at Redhead and not a surfer.
Average household, does that mean like economically wise?
No, not at all.
Or what do you mean by that?
My dad, he was in the coal mines.
Yeah.
Worked hard, partied hard. And no, not so much dad as in the partying, but mum, and it was a different household to be brought up in, that's for sure.
Right.
But, when I say different, I mean different as in all the other friends and that at school.
Right.
But yeah, still a lot of love in the house, but that's how it was.
Right. And you have a sister?
I have an older sister.
Yeah.
She's awesome. She's a bit of a firecracker, but
nothing wrong with that.
Especially when we were kids. She fucking fly off the handle at anything go.
Did she used to because she's older, rough you up?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I remember one day, like it was yesterday, I had a full terracotta pot plant, literally chucked in the back of my head while I was sitting facing away from it, totally unexpected.
What did you do though?
Fucking rolled it out onto the ground.
No, as in,
what did you do wrong?
Why did she do that?
Oh God, I can't remember. I'd have done something for sure.
Yeah,
but,
totally.
But yeah, totally not like that now. She's she's a legend.
Oh,
and,
good.
Yeah, love her.
Awesome.
Good.
Yeah. But like I said, I wasn't into surfing or anything like that from an early age. I was always in the bush, making cubby houses and that, and always walking around in the bush with a knife or making a spear or Shanghai or
So you were just naturally
Slingshot.
drawn
100%,
to that sort of
Absolutely.
life.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And
did you have like friends around you that you got into, or like you got them into doing what you were doing, or vice versa?
So there was a couple of us. One of my mates now, who I've been best mates with my whole life, he was much the same as me. He come from a less than average household as well, and we had a lot in common in that respect.
Oh, that's
and we'd I guess we'd go to the bush, and it
just felt right.
fuck, the bush does amazing things.
Oh yeah.
The bush does amazing things. So yeah.
And so when
that's how it was.
when did you start going, like feeling like you wanted to hunt?
So my parents weren't hunters at all.
Yeah.
My dad did go hunting, but that was long gone by the time I come about. But
Not bow hunting, obviously.
no, not bow hunting. Just they get on the booze and go shooting. So one of his mates was a really keen hunter. He hunted with dogs and he also hunted with a rifle as well. And they'd get together for parties and things like that. And I'd often, see videos or whatever of his weekend away, and it's like, wow, that looks good. And at this stage, I was probably 5 or 6 year old,
Yeah.
And I'd pestered the old man to con him into getting his mate to take me away hunt, And I think I was about 8 to 10, and it finally come to fruition. And I remember going out to Pilliga and chasing pigs, and I've never looked back.
Yeah. Would have been keen as.
Keen as. It was
That's awesome.
really, really, really good.
And so that's how you cut your teeth hunting, right? With as in pig with dogs.
With dogs,
Yeah.
Yep, 100%. So there was a few trips back then with my dad's mate, but there was a fair gap between then and when I really got into it. So I really got into it when I was, let me think, maybe 15 or 16. I started working for a mate of mine's dad, and he was a mad pig dogger as well. So just sort of went hand in hand. And
So to anyone listening,
100%.
What essentially is
a
that?
pig dogger.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you train a dog, train them to get the scent of a pig and track it down and hold it or bail it or both. Some people, they'll run a
lot of the time you'd have the two dogs that you'd have a bailer, like a finder.
I never.
And then a lugger. No.
I personally don't like bailers.
What's a bailer? Sorry, someone that holds.
One that just bails them.
No, just a dog that will
constantly-
be around the pig, hold it up.
Constantly just bark at them. They might nip them here and there or whatever to keep them put. But and a lot of people will utilise those sort of dogs with like a lugging dog, which a lugging dog is. They'll come in, they'll grab the pig on the ear. And then a hunter will come in and either call the dogs off and dispatch it with a rifle, or use a knife.
Yeah, pretty adrenaline, friggin' pumping.
100%.
Yeah.
When you get the boars, like especially Gulf country boars up the top end of Australia. They really turn it on.
Get in there.
Wow. They feel much safer because they've got that dingo interaction. They feel much safer.
Right.
Turning and fighting. In a lot of cases, they'll run, but nowhere near as far as what like a mountain boar here will. They'll turn and fight.
Yeah, they prefer to have a crack at them. Yeah, that's freaking cool.
Gets heart pumping.
Yeah, I bet. And I know you did that for a lot of years. You were just strictly a pig hunter with dogs.
Yeah.
How? This is always interesting, like, because obviously you've gone from that, you're a hunter, there's no arguing, you're a hunter, you're hunting down an animal, and then to go in the bow hunting, and everyone's story is different, but how did you find the bow?
Transition. Yeah.
Sorry, brother, just pull that a bit closer to you.
Sorry, mate.
Yeah.
So that's actually a pretty longish story, really. About 12 years ago, I hurt my back real bad. Probably spent somewhere in the realms of 6 to 8 months where I basically couldn't walk.
Yeah, that's hardcore.
Hardcore, yeah. I could walk, but I would walk to the bathroom, and I would literally grab light switches on the way to the bathroom to try and minimise the amount of weight on my back.
Wow.
So that went on for about 8 to 10 months like that.
Sorry, let's back it up for a sec. How did your back get to that
Just
point?
years of abuse.
Like not lifting stuff properly.
Not lifting stuff properly, always being the hero on the work site.
Concrete tiling?
Concrete formwork.
Yeah.
That sort of thing.
So you're like bent over, horrible position, down low, and then you use a muscle and strain and everything to screed concrete and whatnot.
Don't get me wrong, I was fit as then, like, but yeah, it still takes its toll when you're doing silly things.
Mate, I think you can think you're bulletproof and you can be nearly bulletproof. It does not get you away from a back issue. It's as simple as that. Like your spine's your spine, and you fuck that, pinch it, whatever it might be. But I know some strong dudes that have fucked their back. I know you're a strong dude. You're one of them. So
So that really messed me up for 12 months or more. And then during that time where I was out, a good mate of mine, he brought around some DVDs. One of them happened to be John Teitzel.
John Teitzel.
Where they do the big river trip up the Gulf.
Yeah, so like not backpacking for boars or something like that?
Something similar. I think it was something along the lines of barramundi and boars or something along those lines.
Yeah.
There was a DVD by him, and there was another one from Smithy.
This is Brad Smith's second friggin' mention about his DVDs. I hope the bloke knows how good he was for the Australian bowhunting industry. Yeah.
I personally would like to shake the bloke's hand, to be honest, because...
Have you ever met him?
No, I haven't.
Oh.
Because honestly, between that back injury and bowhunting has changed my life dramatically. More than you'd probably understand, really.
Oh, no, I understand. I understand perfectly,
Bowhunting, just, like, as corny as it sounds, is fucking life-changing.
100%.
Yeah.
Not only... I mean, I had to change jobs. Like, there was no way I could sort of go back to doing what I was doing. So I retrained in another area. I'd bought a bow by this stage. I was sort of learning to use it and getting my head around it. I had no one around me to teach me in any way. I wasn't on social media or anything then.
Had you met Emma at that stage?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I hadn't. I was single.
Yeah.
I was a single man. Wasn't really doing a great deal, but But
that would have been really a dark place.
It was, definitely. It was really hard. I've
done 8 weeks and felt suicidal.
Yep. And you had a family.
Yeah.
He
and
didn't
I had
have
a
anyone.
family and stuff like that.
Well, you didn't have a wife or kids or anyone around
and I had
you.
Kimmi looking after me big time, which was actually a nice part of being injured because I actually got to stop and slow down for a second, even though I can't imagine you not being, because you're flat out. You're
so is he.
doing something with your family, you're bow hunting, you're at work for fucking way more hours than you should be, 100%. And all the time that I've known you, you've been like that. So to picture you being that stricken is,
And I was coming out of a dark place then as well too. Like I had bad relationships and things like that I was coming out of as well. And honestly, bow hunting and that back injury that sort of triggered that in a pretty well saved my life.
I was going to say saved you. Yeah.
There was a time in my life where I had that much hate in me from whether it be from childhood or different things that had happened to my parents or whatever. There was a time in my life where I'd have taken a a fight over a feed, you know, any day. So,
Wow.
And
I've never known that person either, which is good.
And that, you know, like you just said, that there's a bunch of people that never seen that side of me and see me now, and they spin out. They're like, no way.
Yeah.
No way, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah, I know it because
that's how. And I mean, I've always held long-term jobs, and in that respect, like I've always been a hard worker. I've always been loyal. I've always had good relationships to a certain extent, and I've always had good friendships. But there was always that anger in me that would brew and when something would arrive, it'd definitely come out.
Yeah. Just push it to your boiling point.
So how did you, so apart from bow hunting, obviously, that helped you out, how did you overcome that?
I think it was just mentality changed.
Yeah.
I wasn't,
like just a different
back then,
way of thinking.
Back then I'd go to the pub after a hard day's work. You know, that's doing that 3 or 4 times a week. That's not good for anyone. It's not good for it's not good for me. It's not good for me family. It's not good for me friends.
Yeah, you just had the wrong recipe. That's all you did.
Not good for my partners.
And all you've done is you've, like, you know, we all like to say it's like overnight or whatever, but it's not. You've just gradually changed your recipe to what works for you now. Yeah. And now look at you know. So it is. It's just part of, you know, changing your recipe and getting to that point where it's like, because we all know, especially once you become of a bit of age and stuff like that, and you only know because you've been through that, and I only know because I've been through those sort of places as well, that you realise those things aren't the best for you. You realise that, I always talk about benefiting, like, you know, that doesn't benefit you. You get in the fight, the drama doesn't stop there. It's fucking more drama.
No.
Yeah.
It keeps rolling on.
I had it come back and bite me
last year.
Yeah.
I remember we spoke about it.
I was in tears. Like I thought, how the hell can my beautiful family now
be paying the
price for something I'd done 15, 16 years ago? That's not fair, you know. Yeah. And it really, really hurt me, you know.
Yeah.
To you know.
Yeah. That's tough.
Yeah.
Well, it is. That's the payment you get from something like that.
Yeah.
And the payment that you get from being good or positive or ignoring things like that. Like I want to crack all the time. Well, I don't want to crack all the time, but sometimes I feel like I'm going to crack.
Yeah.
And
you're rock solid, mate.
You know that if you fucking crack, it's worse. The gap gets fucking wider. It gets deeper. It gets harder. So it's just like the sooner that you can get out of that and have some self-control and be like, a part of me does want to go the knuckle. A part of me does want to get revenge on that person. Part of me does want to, but you can ignore that part. You can wash it out. And the more time you wash that part out, the fucking better and tighter you are, and the more solid you are. You know, you can't give into things like that.
But that's the thing. Like back then, I didn't even realise I had an anger issue.
Yeah.
It was
of course
just
not.
kind of
Otherwise,
normal.
you would have stopped it.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
I thought I was just a normal young bloke going about his business.
Oh, yeah, totally. Do you think the cunts realise they're cunts? Fuck no. Otherwise, they wouldn't be like that. No, I'm dead set serious.
No, I know, but
they
it's
think they're
kind of
fine.
funny.
They think they're in their right mind. They think, you know, they think or they don't care that they're hurting anyone.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. And you at that point, I can say it now because I know you and you're a nice guy.
Yeah.
At that point, you're a cunt.
Yeah, exactly.
100%. And you weren't a nice person and stuff like that. And there's I've been like that too.
I was weak, mate, is what I was.
Yeah.
In all those instances where I would go the knuckle with someone, 90% of those I could have walked away.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Back then there was no way.
No, that's right.
There was no way.
But you've owned it, you know, like you're owning it and you
accepting
realise it,
yeah.
and that's how you make a change.
Yeah.
And I think I always say this, like I've never lived today. Today's the very first time I'm living it, and fucking everyone else too. So it's just like, we don't know. Like this is the first day I've been a husband today, as far as in this point in the relationship. This is the first time that I've been 40 years old in so many days and a father. So it's so we're not all going to be perfect. We're not all going to be great at it. We're all not going to know the ins and outs of it, but it's realizing, oh shit, okay, yesterday I did this wrong, so I won't do it today. I've learned from it. And I'm just talking about the little things as well, you know?
Yeah.
But
Yeah, so if it wasn't for the back injury, it wouldn't have been the thing that sort of the straw that broke the camel's back, so to speak.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. And through that, then I met Emma, and then
she's been a massive shining light in your life.
Because I've never known you not to be like a happy-go-lucky, positive person.
I'm not ever not that person.
Yeah, yeah.
No, that's
exactly.
right. I've hung around you long enough to see if there's something tucked away, and if you're a prick, and you'd never have been.
Yep.
You're you're so straight down the line with everything, and your attitude and positivity and everything runs exactly on the same line with you.
Yeah. Well, I thank you for that, and it has been a journey, and
it's supposed to be.
In response to that, I would like to say about yourself, about the positive influence you've had on my life as well as a friend.
Thanks, mate.
I over the years that I've known you, I've seen you go through some tremendous hardships, things that would break 90% of men.
Yeah.
Mentally, physically, emotionally, and there has not been a time where you haven't been positive throughout. You've been rock solid. I've never, ever, ever heard you utter a single bad word about an individual.
Me either.
And for me, that speaks volumes of your character. And I'm very, very proud to be a friend of yours.
Thanks, mate. I'm proud that you are my friend. You know I keep a close circle, and
I do too. I let very few people into my circle.
I know that. Yeah.
And that's how it is.
Yeah, for sure. And maybe that's because of our upbringing or whatever that we've been through, but it's just, I don't know.
That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, I it's hard to say that I try because I feel like I don't try. Like it is just who I am. It's just how I am. But I'm always nearly looking back on myself. Like, was I nice to that person? Did I do the right thing there? How would I like it if someone did that to me? And I'm just very mindful of stuff like that. And unfortunately, that makes other things hurt a lot worse as well when you do trust someone and they, it doesn't go your way. And that's happened a few times over the years with a few different people when you let them into your circle. But I'd still prefer to be like that and then feel like shit when I get fucked over.
Yep.
Then not. And that's something me and Kim have actually spoken about a fair bit.
Looking over your past, even if it was what you done yesterday or what you done 10 years ago, that's what grows you as a person and to be a better person.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
You've constantly got to keep yourself in check.
Yeah.
To
100%. I constantly want to be better, But some of those things that you mentioned that I didn't even know if they would break me.
Yep.
Or make me as fucking shit as that sounds, but because I don't at the time, and just I'll 100% I've gone through my share of hardship.
Yep.
And stuff that's tested me, but I also feel that some of the things that I've been through and gone through, that if they can't break me, fucking nothing will. So it's like every time I get through one of those things, and everyone should be exactly the same, when you get through one of those things, you're just better for the next.
Yep.
And maybe the next isn't as bad anyway, and you don't even fucking realise you're going through it because you've made it that easy, And it's just like, it's the weirdest thing, but it's like you need to thank your background, your upbringing. It's like no one wants to thank hate, but fucking that's what's made you the person you are today. So it's like, as sucky as it was, fucking thanks. This is made me. This is how I've realised. This is the only reason you can have this talk today. And maybe someone else hears this talk that's going through a negative or very, filled with hate. And, it's so easy to find the light on the other end of the tunnel. It's all right in your own body.
Yeah.
And it's just like, and no one else actually gets to control that if you can strengthen it up. So,
I don't know. I think, my wife Emma, she's as positive as they get, and I still have days where I get the shits or I've had a bad day at work. Something hasn't, like everyone, but I might be a little bit negative or I'll come home in a bad mood or whatever. But I guarantee by the time we go to bed, it's all sweet. It's all
100%.
It's all done and it's all in the past and we're all moving forward. And
you've found a soulmate, mate.
Oh, 100%, mate. she like, as cliche it is, she is my rock. And,
Aw,
she there's nothing I wouldn't do for her.
Yeah.
so sweet.
Yeah, it's
Except maybe stay home during the rut.
Yeah, except for that.
That's out.
Yeah, it's
So she needs to join you then.
Yeah, well, it's happening.
Yeah,
It's,
good.
she's got a bow.
she's got a bow and
Nice.
been shooting.
She's got a bow. Been shooting good too.
Yay.
Well, she's your best friend, right?
Oh yeah.
That's what I always say to Kim. Like, Kim's actually my best friend as well, you know. And then it's like,
It's so important.
yeah,
It's yeah.
yeah.
You need that best friend.
Oh, 100%. Like recently I've just realized what unconditional love is, you know, and I'll swear black and blue that I know what unconditional love is, and I've got that with Kim, you know. And then when I see you and Emma and how you interact and how you talk and what you tell me about it, yes, Emma, he talks about you all the time, that I can see that in you guys, you know. And now you've got a child together. It's look, as long as you're that person, because I can't speak on everyone's behalf, but as long as you're that person, it is the most satisfying feeling ever. And Heath Ledger, who unfortunately Australian actor that passed away some years ago now, he wrote something, and what he wrote was 100% exactly the same in my head, is he feels so fulfilled with having a family and children that he felt like he could die now and be happy, like he'd actually fulfilled his life fulfill. And I've always thought that since I had Kim and the kids. But at the same time, you don't want to die, because now you've got these people in your life that you truly love so much that you want to spend the rest of your life with them, you know. And a couple of podcasts that I've done, I've said, like, at that point I was happy to die. I truly was. I've been in some situations that at that point I was absolutely, truly happy to die. And it wasn't because of any toys that I had or business or money or whatever I had. The only reason I was so happy to die, if it come to it, was because I had Kim and the kids. And it's just like, I felt like my life was 100% fulfilled.
Complete. Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
Really did.
Maybe that's the meaning of torn.
Maybe. Maybe it's the meaning of torn, mate. But, yeah, I don't know. But hey, we've had some exciting hunts, like me and you, and it's been. And
I've even been on a hunt.
Yeah, and we've got a bunch
Or
more
two
to
with
come.
you.
Yeah, two, I think.
Yeah, we've done a couple.
Oh,
of
no, maybe a couple more. Up the farm a couple of times.
Yeah.
A couple of times.
Yeah.
We need to get to the territory together with our mate Greg. I know that much.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
Which would be pretty cool.
freaking COVID.
Yeah, tell me about it. So, but yeah, and then so before you were a bow hunt, like, did you know about bow hunting when you were pig hunting?
So when I was a kid, I used to make bows.
Yeah.
I'd go over to the local greyhound track and hunt rabbits just with a homemade stick bow.
Yeah.
Homemade aerials.
Were you successful?
Not with the homemade job. I used to climb up on the roof, and back then you had the big aluminium aerials, right? That had had like all the bits coming out.
Oh, okay.
So I'd get the trampoline and I'd put it up against the guttering in the house. I'd climb up, get on top of the house, break off one of the aluminium, I don't know what they're called, bits of the aerial.
Yeah.
And I'd fashion an arrow out of that, eh?
Yeah, right. So they were aluminium.
Aluminium, yeah.
Probably had some of the first
I had
solid aluminium arrows there was.
Yeah, and I want royalties Eastern for all aluminium. But and I'd go chasing rabbits behind the greyhound track over at home there. And like I said, I wasn't successful, but a couple of years later, I got one of those fiberglass jobs.
Yeah, like an old Indian or whatever they were.
I don't know what they were.
I had one of.
You had a Martin?
Was it a round?
No.
It was. These are
it was
recurves or longbow.
Flat limb.
Yeah, that's
goes
what
into
I had.
a round section into the handle.
Yeah, I had something very similar.
Yeah. So I had one of those. Shot a couple of rabbits with that, and then I had a compound. It was a York.
Yeah.
Can you remember the Timber Riser Yorks?
Yeah. That was sick, bro. Sick.
That would have been.
Kim's like, what are you talking
I know.
about?
That would have been
like,
1990.
Yeah.
At a guess, 91,
That's
92.
a long
something
time
like that.
ago. I had a big fringe then.
Did ya?
Bangs to Americans listening.
I was running a full flat top.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
No,
I looked like Arnold Schwarzenegger out of Commando.
I had an undercut.
Oh, yeah.
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 I had one of those at some stage.
I was a mad dog.
I have one of those teased, you know, when the girls used to tease their fringe and like it used to just sit up real high like that.
Yeah, real nasty.
Everyone,
It was great.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Back then, it's so weird. I seen a photo of us today, just from 10 years ago, and I was like, what the fuck were we thinking?
Like on Facebook
like
memories.
Facebook memories or something like that.
I hate Facebook memories.
You know, because
I'm like, I don't want to remember.
we think kids are mean today, like with all the bullying and stuff like that. Sorry, mate, you got to go through this when your young fella gets a bit older. But I remember how mean kids were at the schools that I went to. There was a chick with an undercut. It was actually pretty cool. If I seen a chick wearing an undercut right now, I'd be like, that's a cool hairdo.
Can you please explain to people what an undercut is? Like, I know Aussies would know, but I don't know if Americans
Basically, you got to have a decent amount of hair, which I don't have anymore.
Yeah.
And the only hairdo I can do is a friggin' mohawk these days because I've got receding hairlines. But long hair, so you had to have longer hair and then shaved straight, like underneath the long hair. So it was an undercut, exactly what it sounds like, an undercut. And it looks pretty cool, it looks pretty tough. Any chick that had an undercut, everyone used to just say slut with an undercut. Slut with an undercut. Slut with an undercut. Did you just not get that?
No.
Oh, if someone...
I didn't ever have an undercut, but...
Look sick, you'd look like a Viking.
Maybe I should get it.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the next hairdo.
Yeah. But yeah, I was just thinking how friggin' mean are kids? Like, but they've got no idea.
Kids
it's still like
awful.
innocent to a degree because they don't understand.
Oh, there's a huge pecking order in high school. Well, when I was in high school, I was horrible. But I had horrible people to me too.
Yeah, same.
So
I look back now when I was a kid.
scrolls down.
No, I was actually never horrible. I'm happy to say that I was never horrible. But
he's just a fucking saint, isn't he?
That's what makes you a target,
can
though.
you just be imperfect for once in your life? He doesn't pick up the towels, by the way.
That's not bullying, though.
No, I know. I'm just trying to say
and I usually do pick up the towels.
One thing that you do that is a little bit imperfect. I picked up your towel today.
Nope, wasn't
in
me.
the bedroom.
Well, I was putting it there to put in the laundry. Maybe.
Right.
I was in a rush. I've had 2 podcasts today. I'm fucking rooted. But no, but so that makes you a target. Guys. If you're the nice kid, you're the target then because you're not firing back or anything like that. So I got bullied a fuckload in school. Yeah. And then I actually left that school. And then, I think I've told you, I think I went to 16 different schools and I quit in year 9 and I went to 16 different schools. But I lived in 22 different houses throughout those 16 schools. And there was places I went to that I didn't even go to school because we weren't there long enough. And anyway, moral of the story, this is a feel-good one for anyone that's been bullied. Don't do this, but it's a feel-good one. So I got bullied at this school, left the school. It was actually called, I can't remember the name of the primary school.
You're only there for a week.
But when I went back to Burrigal High School. They actually changed the name from Burrigal High School to Lake Macquarie High. It had such a bad name. And
I know a few of the guys from there.
Do you? Yeah,
it was been in your year.
It was horrible. I lived on the streets for nearly a full year when I was there. I couldn't stay at home. It was that bad. Yep. And all like public housings. So what's that in America?
The projects.
The projects. So basically all projects, and everyone's sort of on the same fucked up level, I guess. Some people are better than others. But when I went back to that high school, all those bullies from the primary school were going to that high school. But I was a fucking changed person because I'd lived on the streets for a year. I'd hung around with a bunch of older people and shit like that. Yeah, I'd hardened up.
He'd hardened the fuck up.
Yeah. Anyway, I was hanging out.
So how old were you?
I must have been 14 or 15.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it was only year 7. Yeah.
That's 12.
No, maybe because I lived on the streets.
Year 7's 13, eh?
Yeah, I think I was 14.
Turning 13.
Is it?
Yeah.
I think I was 14.
Anyway. Like Noah's in year 7 this year and he was 12 at the beginning of the year. He turned 13 in June.
Yeah.
Right.
So there you go. Yeah.
Anyway, so a couple of those boys started back up on me. I just kept me head high, chilled out or whatever. And I actually was playing basketball with all these chicks. And they were picking on me for that. And I was like, fuck you. Like, I'm hanging out with a bunch of chicks. You're hanging out with a bunch of dudes that are trying to look tough or whatever. Anyway,
every day they'd come past and pick on me or pick on these chicks and stuff like that. And the dude snatched the basketball off this chick and he was holding it like his arms crossed across the front of it.
Oh,
like
what
that,
a dick.
and going off at me. And he set himself up for failure. Mate, I just walked straight up to him. I uppercut the basketball, smashed him straight in the nose, like smashed his nose. He fell on the ground, started mouthing off, and I just like basically put my knee on his chest with my fist up and said, like, this fucking ant, like, it's
Today,
not, this
that's
isn't
it.
primary school, you know? And that was it. They never fucking picked on me again, you know? Yeah. And
For the rest of the week that you were there.
no, yeah, pretty much, yeah. Well, I did actually. I did. My dad got out of jail, fucking moved somewhere, fucking mum didn't want me, so I ended up moving in with him, whatnot.
Yep.
Big story that I'll tell on another podcast, no doubt. But I was always of the impression that maybe because of that set it in as well, that fucking what goes around comes around. Like all those people that are cocks never feel good about themselves, and that sort of shit always comes around to bite them. Hence, you about a year ago or whatever, it come back to bite you in the ass with legal action, right? And you had to pay a big fine.
I actually thought that I'd sorted it out back then, and because I'd had so many addresses since, because I ended up moving up the top end of Australia, and
Lucky you. Beautiful top end.
oh god, yeah, had some fun up there. Then I moved back down to New South Wales, doing a couple of mining projects, and yeah, they just kept missing me.
Far out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bang on the doorstep.
Anyway, you're over that one too.
Yeah,
Moving on and up.
No, it's all good. Only
Sweet.
had to pay a shitload of money, but paid it that
remember
day
you
and got
told
on with
me.
it.
Yeah, no, that's the go.
Got on with it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
What do you do?
Tear the bad day off and keep going. I see you're looking at your phone, Kimmy. Like you got a couple of ready questions for Lonnie, do you?
Oh, I do actually.
Yeah. Hold on.
No, I was killing some time today, and I was like, oh, I'll get prepared.
What can I ask this dude?
Okay, yeah, basically that people might find interesting, and yeah. Your dream hunt.
No.
Tell us.
Dream hunt would be. That's a fucking really hard question.
Sorry,
That's a really hard question.
You can change your
this
mind
point-
tomorrow, but you've got to
at
pick
this
one
point
today.
in time, what if you could go anywhere and hunt anything? Like what would that, and have an unlimited amount of money to do so? What would it be?
Oh Christ! Now we're talking.
Yeah,
I would say-
it's a dream. It's a dream hunt. So I want to know.
Mountain caribou, moose.
Oh,
Nice.
so good.
In Canada, obviously. Yeah.
Boom. That would be it.
How about the edge of the Arctic Circle in Northwest Territories, Canada? Because I already know that country is absolutely amazing and beautiful. Yeah. That is a special hunt. That is an awesome hunt.
Yeah.
But I'm like you. I can never. Don't make me pick. Like, don't make me say one because it's too hard.
Yeah. That would be my dream hunt. Like I remember as a kid, I'd watch. Can you remember Grizzly Adams?
Yeah, I never got into it, but yeah.
What?
Is it some yank?
Yeah, it was.
Oh.
How old are you?
I'm 40.
Oh,
No, you're not.
Are you 40?
Fucking liar.
Turned 40
is
the
not.
other day.
He did too.
Bullshit.
We had his birthday up the. bloody
You
block,
weren't
chasing
40.
pigs.
Yes, I was.
Bullshit. You're a fucking liar. Show me. Prove it.
Fucking me wallets over there.
You are not 40.
He is 40.
40.
Now I think about it, he is 40.
20th of November, 1980.
Oh, shit. I thought you were about 35.
Really? Oh, that's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
I originally thought that too until your birthday.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
No, 1980 model.
Wow.
How good's that?
that is
It's
so
only
good.
pretty well the best year to be born, I believe.
Kim's 79, I'm 80. We're young.
Yeah,
I'm the
41.
oldest here. Yeah, I know. It's
40's
depressing.
young.
It is.
40's
Today,
young as. Like when I
today
was
40
20,
is so young.
It's not young because I'm
Oi.
9 years away from being
Oi.
50.
When I was like 17 and my cousins were 20, 21 and 22, I thought they are old. Holy smokes. They were trying to get me to do some smokes too.
Were they?
Yeah, because they were older. They thought it was all cool.
Yeah.
And some
Other smokes?
other smokes too, and some beers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then, but my older cousin, who's like probably
Brett.
the loosest out of them
Adam?
all as well, Brett.
No. Oh, Brett.
He come up and in front of all the boys, because they were trying to peer pressure me into it. He said in front of all the boys, he's like, if he doesn't want to have a smoke or a drink, he doesn't have to. And then they all laid off me, and I was like, what a legend. What a legend.
Oh,
It was
God.
so good.
Funny.
Did you ever watch Jeremiah Johnson? You would have had to have seen that.
I was in the bush already, mate. I was doing things.
God.
I didn't have
Catching
time.
snakes.
Oi. One of the properties that I lived at Elliston, you know where Elliston is, like beautiful area up near the Packers. And I remember saying to my mum, like 10, 15 years later, I'm like, why didn't we ever have a TV when we were living out of Elliston? Like, did we not have reception? She's like, there was a TV sitting in the room the whole time. Your kids never turned it on. We never turned it on once. We never
That's
even watched
crazy.
it, which is so
pretty
cool. Like, that's such a good upbringing. Yeah. But yeah, it's freaking weird, eh? But maybe that's why I just missed all that stuff. I've only learned about those things through people saying and sayings and stuff like that, and maybe had a little bit of a look at it on, I don't know, wherever they're showing it now, YouTube or wherever I could find it. But the boat sailed that I'm not interested in it. But obviously, so that was like G'ing you up.
Yeah, I to look at that countryside was just so appealing.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, that's just magic.
Where do you reckon they were filmed? Probably
They would have
Montana
been Montana or somewhere, definitely. But then I took the road of peak chasing, and that wasn't so appealing anymore. Like it was the top end of Australia or the Territory or mountain boars or whatever, and it freaking ran my life the whole time. Like it is an addiction.
Yeah, 100%.
100% an addiction.
Yeah.
And got into bow hunting. All of a sudden, these areas are back on the radar.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
And I find myself in a race against time, really.
Yeah.
Now,
well, you're applying for elk tags and everything. Every year and stuff like that, aren't you?
Yep. So I've got Craig looking after me.
Yeah. Awesome.
Look like doing a wilderness Wyoming hunt. Hopefully, I don't know if it'll be next year. I might hold off another year and get my long service leave and take a full month over. So
are you're applying for a point only to get that? Okay. And then how many points do you have to get before you're like?
Oh, Craig reckons you get that with 2.
Yeah. Okay.
So
I've got a unit in Wyoming. That's 3, I think. 4.
By the time I go, I should have 4 or 5.
Yeah, nice. You'll get straight in and straight through.
Yeah, should do. Fingers crossed. But
yeah.
If not, it'll be an over-the-counter tag somewhere.
Yeah.
And
Craig will even know some good spots for that. But if not, just let me know and I'll put you in a spot.
Yeah, will.
Where you'll see fuck all elk, because that's where I put Kim every year. But no, it's just how
it is.
If he put me neck if I went in there.
I would.
Hey Kim, so this.
So far in your bow hunting journey, what has been your favorite animal to hunt?
Keep talking, guys. I just got to check a camera quickly. Sorry.
Okay. Another hard question.
Like what really gets
boars.
you? Oh, okay.
Boars.
Still on the pigs.
Yeah. Like it's my bread and butter.
Yeah.
They're really like a big old mountain boar is smart.
Yeah.
And they're so underrated. They're smart. They're 9 times out of 10 they're nocturnal. And I'm not just talking like a 60 kilo boar that might be 18 months, 2 years old or whatever. I'm talking about
big papa.
A big papa.
Yeah.
Big old mountain boar. He's smart. He's been around. He's had dogs chase him from arsehole to breakfast.
Yeah.
And
the Aussie sayings come out.
Sorry, guys.
I love it. And I reckon other people will too.
Well, yeah, hopefully. But yeah, no, I would say boars, but I mean, a big red stag roaring in your face is hard to walk away from.
Yeah.
Big Northern Territory buffalo, they're awesome.
It's definitely a hard thing to say.
Yeah, but if I had to pick one, it would be.
I think
would be mountain boars.
Careful. I think that most people would probably say the animal that they probably started hunting. I don't know, because to me, mine would definitely be fallow.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's
They
what
are
I
so fun too.
Yeah, and that's what I started hunting first.
They're so
And
aggressive.
I'm just mesmerized by them and everything that they do.
There's a reason why they're our bread and butter animal too, because they're our favourite.
Yeah.
Which is because we're the sort of people that
makes sense.
if that wasn't one of our favourites, we would be hunting a different one all the time, and it would become our bread and butter.
Yeah.
Even if that meant moving to a different state or region or frigging country, that's what would end up happening.
Yeah.
But fallow deer is such a good bread and butter animal because what you said, they're so aggressive.
Yep.
They're vocal. They run around like crazy. They eat fucking fantastic. They look great. They got such a unique antler formation, like no two are the same.
Yeah.
There's so many appealing things there, you know, and then we do hunt them so much that then it's like, oh, I wouldn't mind chasing a red stag and hearing one roar.
Yeah.
You know, I wouldn't mind going chasing bull elk or whatever, and you know, because you're trying to change it up as well. That's why it always sucks, that question, like, what's your favourite animal? It's like, all of them. Fuck it. They're like, don't make me pick, because it's actually that hard to choose.
It is. And
they're so unique and special, everyone.
To say boars, it just rolls off my tongue. Like it's, you know, like it.
Yeah.
But,
it sounds like you want to shack up with Nick Morton and his boys.
Yeah, I reckon.
Far out. Just get over them. They're awesome. Yeah, I get it. They're awesome. They're built for bowhunting. They're fucking.
All that I said about you before can fuck off.
Go out the door. It's out the door.
All right. So before you go away for a hunt, what's like first on your list that you can't, apart from your bow and blah, 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 what would you just, no, I'm not leaving that?
Well, Kimmi with the awesome questions.
A piece of equipment?
Yeah. Yeah.
Piece of equipment that I wouldn't leave home without.
Yeah.
Is he allowed to have his bow and arrows and release aid?
Yeah, no. So minus your actual killing gear, I guess.
Well,
how about the Nalgene bottle or whatever that you're dragging around with you everywhere you go that I had to take off the table?
Nalgene?
Nalgene? How about the clear bottle that holds liquid?
Okay, we can just refine that to Nalgene.
Isn't that a brand? That's like calling every skid steer loader a bobcat.
No, I think that's actually what they're called.
I'm pretty sure that's a brand.
It is a brand.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it is a brand.
They don't own the bottle. Yeah. They do own that bottle because, sorry, they own that bottle. Well, you bought it off them.
That's right.
They sold it to somewhere like Catmandu. You bought it, now you own it.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that they own the patent for a clear bottle with a lid on it that holds liquid. Pass it up. Give us a look.
Oh, I don't know where it is.
It's on the floor. It wouldn't leave your side.
What does it say?
Give me a look.
Nalgene.
Yeah, that's the brand. Made in the USA. Don't worry about the cameras. Pass it in. Make sure I'm correct first.
I think that's the brand.
That's the brand, mate.
It is a brand.
So,
what's your point?
My point is, it's a canister.
It's
Who
just
cares?
We didn't have to narrow it down with.
It's just a drinking bottle.
Nalgene.
It's a water bottle.
No, you can leave it on the table if you like.
It's not Nalgene.
Not a sponsor.
Yeah. But you know how, like, it's very American to call everything the brand as opposed to what it actually is.
Nice ring and Western. Nice ring is Western.
What has that got to do with?
So the ring is Western.
So Americans, like, this is no offense or anything. Like, I'm just
this means
stating,
it's going to be really offensive.
No, I'm just stating facts. Most Americans would call a tissue a Kleenex, whereas the Kleenex is the brand as opposed to what it actually is.
Yep.
Yeah.
So pick the item you can't go without. But it can't be the brand.
Can't be the brand.
Just the thing.
Does it have to be an item? Can it be a good attitude?
No,
with a good attitude.
No, that's gay.
No, PG.
Fuck.
Oh,
Jeez.
Don't go without a fuck.
You've heard it here first, guys.
No, you've nailed it. Yeah, spot on. That's my answer too.
Jeez, I don't know.
It'd be much more.
Release aid.
No, that's
you've
part of
already
your
got
gear.
that.
That's hunting and killing.
Like, what do you put first in your pack? Or like when you're packing?
What if it's the pack?
Well, I would say binos.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Binos.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Like if
once
it can't
you're
be
used to
associated-
wearing binoculars, then as soon as you go hunting, if you forgot them, you feel completely naked.
Naked.
Yeah.
You might as well
Like
strip
your
down.
rangefinder.
Yep.
Yeah.
Have nothing on and just walking through some real sharp.
No, I would
prickly
prefer
bush.
binos over rangefinder.
I would prefer a bino
Me
over
too.
a range. Well, you got to spot the animal before you can fucking range it.
Exactly.
Is how I
Yeah.
see it. So.
Yeah. I wish I had my binos on the desk.
And then
right now.
I can always
They're
get,
pretty
well, not
cool.
always, but I can
I'm done.
generally get-
You guys keep talking. I'm getting my new binos. I'm so excited.
generally get close enough where I don't really need range.
Yeah.
That's
It's a skill.
binos for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. What's my next question?
Hit me with it.
All right. If someone told you could only eat one food for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Meat,
Meat. Good choice.
Yeah, but what kind?
red meat.
Good choice. How about the samba that I shared with you that you helped me carry
Holy
out?
fuck, that has been
So
so good.
That might be originally the best deer meat that I ever had eaten was
Chittle.
hog deer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I told this story before, but I shot a hog deer down in Victoria.
Moose is supposed to be deadly, isn't it?
Moose is delicious.
I've never
It's
had
insane.
moose, I don't think.
Not venison, but bighorn sheep. Unbelievable as well.
Really, I wouldn't
Yep.
expect that.
And actually caribou and every other species that I've shot, unbelievable.
Mountain lion.
No, the caribou was
Yeah,
really
that was
good,
good.
too. And because they eat like some ancient legume that, takes 1,000 years to grow or something like that. That's all they pick off. And that's why they're such fast grazers. Might be 100 years, 100 or 1,000 years, not sure.
Probably not 1,000.
Probably 100 years.
Yeah.
And that's why they graze so fast too, because heaps of it's not of the right age. So they've got to cover massive ground.
Right.
But check these out. I know you'll appreciate these, Lonnie.
I do. I'm actually
What
in
the
the market
fuck?
for
You
some.
showed me yesterday and I was like, oh, wow, that's so
Yeah, no, I
cool.
know you appreciate them too, but you've already seen them.
Oh. True.
These are the Zeiss. They're the
You got
Victory
me.
RF in
Are
a
they?
10x42, and they've got a rangefinder built into them.
I'm not a fan of that, but
Yeah, I know. We've had this discussion and argument. I wasn't either. Brad Smith, third mention of the podcast series since it's relaunched. I look through Brad.
Maybe you need to get him on
I
here.
look through Brad.
He doesn't talk
and
much,
he
though.
is amazing.
yeah.
He is amazing. You are amazing, Brad.
The more Aussie
binoculars are amazing. Oh my God, I do not want to suck you off, Brad. Okay, I don't. But yeah, the binos that I look through with Brad are awesome. And when I tried to have that argument with Brad, I'm like, they're just so big to lift up and range something with. He's like, well, you've already got them on you. Right, they're right at your chest. You've probably already looked through them. How many animals do you look through your binos with before you range them? I'm like every one of them. Because if a pig, you're looking for tusks. If it's a deer and you're fussy, you're looking for certain points and stuff like that. And it's just because it's one-handed, not for you because you're a lefty, right?
That's right.
You and Kim. So these
Which is
binos are probably
another
not
reason-
ideal for you guys.
which is another reason why I don't like it. But
But Mark is left-handed and he's got them and friggin' loves them.
he might have long fingers.
Maybe.
Who's Mark?
He might be able to.
Does he?
He might be able to bridge the gap.
Maybe. Or turns them upside. Or I don't know. But anyway,
them
they're
upside
friggin'
down.
amazing. No, he doesn't do that, surely.
Fuck no.
I don't know.
But yeah, but how do you go when you want to range something and you got your bow in your hand and you're in a position where you can't rest your bow down?
What do you mean? You do it
Oh,
already?
you're right-handed, yeah.
Yeah, what-
I'm going back to.
You're just trying to be negative. You're going back
You
to
know
your old
what's-
ways, mate.
You know what's really difficult for me is so I shoot left-handed, but my
You're another legend lefty.
I know, but
They are very nice and
I'm right eye dominant, so I'm right eye dominant, so I
I'm left up on the
range
opposite.
I range with my right.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're really crossed up, man.
I know.
No, I'm left eye dominant, which is why I went left-handed, but
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
right-handed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so I'm
no,
not fully fucked.
no, yeah.
Just
no.
half.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Just half. We
Yeah.
toss those.
Yeah.
Sorry, I won't toss the binos. They can
Yeah,
stay there for a
so
little
but
while.
Adam just got
No,
me
very nice.
even though that I'm right eye dominant, I'm actually left-handed.
Yeah, right.
So I'm just a lefty.
But we're going to probably...
Are we?
We probably won't do it till after the rut because I don't want to mess up on your shooting and stuff like that because you're shooting so good. But after the rut next year, so end of April, we'll get you a right-handed bow.
Yeah.
And
Overplay
shoot it. And if you can't shoot it, we'll just give it away to someone anyway or do something for the company that owns the bow. So yeah, that'd be sweet.
I was terrified when I made the change. I walked into a bow shop.
How long had you been bow hunting until you made the change? And why? Like apart, yeah. So you just thought,
That was only a couple of years ago.
It was maybe 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That I made the change, and I think I went into a bow shop to get something fixed on my bow or whatever, and he had a bow there for sale or whatever. He's like, "Oh, you're interested in this?" He had a look at it, and he's like, "Oh, sorry, it's left-handed." I'm like, "Oh, damn, it's friggin' nice looking bow, whatever." I can't remember exactly what it was, but had a couple of shots of it, and I'm like, "Oh, I'd see a whole lot better out of that side." So we done an eye dominance test in the shop. He's like, "Man, you're fucking left eye dominant." I'm like, "Yeah, cool." He's like, "Oh, you should think about changing." And a week later, I ordered a left-handed bow and went from there.
Unreal.
Shitting myself.
Yeah,
I'm thinking, fuck, I'm not going to kill another critter for 12 months.
Oh, it would have felt so weird.
By that afternoon.
How long did it?
Yeah.
How long?
That afternoon.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, I'm far from being accurate with the bow, but by that afternoon I was.
It felt comfortable.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
2-inch grips at 20.
So the hardest thing for me, being right eye dominant and left-handed, when I first started bow hunting, was training this eye to shut instead of that eye, because I look through that eye.
So that's like Emma.
Yeah. So but now it's just so natural.
Did you do the whole patch thing? And
No. I'm just like
No, I think we did the finger back to the face or something like that.
No. So, like as in, because when I pull back, naturally I wanted to do that.
Yeah.
So I've just trained myself to shut the strong eye.
Mainly because we were chasing strength. We knew that you could get there and still shoot and everything, but it was like
the strength
we're following your strength.
Yeah.
And
so I'm stronger, obviously. Right hand.
But this is why it is so. This is why it is so important for someone. I get the question all the time. What bow should I get? I don't know. You need to go to a pro shop. You need to go to a bow shop. You need to get measured up for your draw length. You need to get your eye dominance checked. There's so much more to it than just what bow do I get.
Yeah.
So
because
if you want to start right,
every bow feels differently to every person.
Yeah, totally.
And so just figure out what feels good.
Yeah. Go into a bow shop and
definitely recommend going into a bow shop or at least talking to someone with a bunch of experience. I didn't. I didn't have anyone around me. Like I said, I had no social media whatsoever.
Yeah, I was the same.
And I picked a bow out of thin air and went with it and shot it for a few years, and it was. Looking at it now,
think if you had I would have saved so much money, time and effort if just YouTube existed. Seriously, I would have. The bow shops that I was going to were selling me archery, target archery gear for bow hunting.
Yeah.
100%.
They had no idea.
They had no idea either. But now there's so much information. You got to filter through some of the misinformation, but there's so much information out there that it literally does save you time, effort, and money.
Yeah.
To go and do it.
Well, if you can remember, when I met you, I had no technology at all. We had no computer at home. We had nothing.
This is a couple of years ago, right?
This is like...
I found Lonnie in a tree.
This is like...
Hey, little fella.
5 or 6 years ago?
Down here.
5 years ago?
Probably.
Yeah, something like that.
Well, I'll tell you why.
Did you have an iPhone?
No.
Did you have a fucking Samsung? Get out.
No, I think I might have... I don't even know what sort of phone I had.
A Nokia 3210?
Possibly. It's not who I am. It's not the way.
Yeah, no,
I only got.
I'm just teasing.
It's not. As long as it wasn't a Samsung, that's fine.
A Samsung. Is that like a Samsung?
Yeah.
Samsung.
I know. It's a Samsung.
Is it? Samsung. That's how uninterested I am.
Yeah, his missus' name's Delilah.
That's the one.
Holy fuck.
Samsung and Delilah. Good
I
on
don't
them.
think you are so good with the words today, babe.
I haven't eaten. I'm fasting today.
Yeah, well, That's your
Weren't fasting
choice.
an hour ago. Fucking shoveling chips in there.
That's different. That is
not
so
real
different. That is so different. No, I do muddle
It
my
all
words.
turns to
I've already
liquid.
broken. I've already said that I quit in year 9. Like, give me a break. I actually missed years and years of schooling because I was deaf. Do you know that
Yeah.
story?
No?
He's deaf.
I was deaf in one ear, completely deaf in one ear, and I couldn't hear very well in the other one either until they fixed it. So I missed a bunch of early schooling, struggled to write cat and dog when...
I also think that he is dyslexic, but it's been undiagnosed.
I think I'm a bit the same, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think fucking everyone is to a certain degree.
Yeah.
I think it's just part of
My
the
mum
human
is.
condition.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's not hereditary or anything.
No, it's your brain wires aren't connected properly and you see things back to front and
I've never seen anything back to front unless I've looked in one of those mirrors and it shows it the other
or
way around.
it's just like the letters sort of jumble around.
Maybe
a little bit.
everything's back to front.
I don't know.
I had this weird thought.
We're
If you hang
Yeah.
upside
my
down,
brain's
if you
hurting.
hang upside down for long enough, which I don't think you would be able to do physically, you'd probably die. But I think if you hang upside down long enough, your vision goes that way, that it will
Right.
correct 100%.
No.
That's what this camera behind us does. If you flip the screen, it corrects itself.
Jamie, bring that up.
Kieran, where are you, Kieran? Where's our producer, Kieran?
No,
Yeah,
seriously, Google it.
We do need something.
Yeah, I was going to get Kieran to sit in here, but he does such a good job that he doesn't even have to. But actually, now mentioning that, we are working on the video. If anyone notices the videos are a bit shit, we're just struggling to sort of get them hooked up. But Kieran's going to come in and
I hear Kieran's a
Help us
good
sort
man.
that.
Kieran, if you're
Oh, he's
listening,
so good.
I've heard nothing but good reports.
yeah,
Young Kieran.
Young
Is that
Kieran.
what we're going to call him?
Jamie can't be called young Jamie anymore.
No, I know. He looks.
You got grey hair, it's
Older.
cool.
Yeah.
No, he's cool. But I had this really weird thought yesterday, and I shared it with Kim, which probably makes her think that I'm a full weirdo. But I was like,
Here we go.
It is very weird.
yeah. And it was like, I'm the person, you sometimes, poor souls, like I'm not making fun of anyone or anything like that. I'm just using them in this story as a bit of example of how I could be. You see that person on the street and they're like really weird and they're sort of living in their own head and everything like that. And they're like walking back and forth up the street. I'm like, maybe that's me. Right. And I've gone through a really tough time and now I'm over it. And I think that I've got a wife and kids and like a Land Cruiser and a farm and I do all this adventurous stuff or whatever, but it's actually just all in my head. And on the street, there's people looking at me going, look at this fucking weirdo. And I actually nearly got
He
lost
told
in
this
it.
to me before I went to sleep last night.
I nearly
And I'm
got
like-
lost in it too. Like I believed my
You're watching
own
yourself
dumb
walk down the
self for a
street.
second. Yes, I was. And there was people like looking at me and blah
I was
blah. And the
actually
parents
scared.
Yeah. And like there's kids like looking at me and pointing at me and the parents are like, don't look at him. Don't look at him. Like keep walking, just ignore him. And in my head I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm going moose hunting in the Arctic Circle. And I'm gonna snap out of it at
I've
some
had
point.
similar thoughts, I must admit. I've had thoughts of like, I wonder if I'm fucking actually really dead. And like this is
I'm not
like,
laughing.
And
Yes,
this
she
is
is.
like
That was a laugh.
and this is like the next me that I'm looking at.
Maybe.
Yeah. I think about like
Slobbered on my mic.
Yeah,
you know the
you're into that
movie
story.
you know the
Whoa.
movie
Go on, eh?
you know the movie Sliding Doors, like
Yeah, I
how
haven't
she
watched it. I
how
know.
she misses the train or gets the
That's-
train
yeah, yeah.
and then you watch the movie like this is the version of her life if she got the train.
Yeah,
this
yeah.
is the version if she missed the train. And I always
back
think
injury.
that. I always think
No, that's
Yeah.
And because another discussion me
Not
and
to
Kim
cut
have
you
had
off, but
not so long ago is we were talking about how because you're a positive person, you're like everything happens for a reason, and then like
yeah, Adam
everything
doesn't
happens
believe
for a
that, but
reason.
I do.
Blah, blah.
Because
No, it's just
I
that we're
always try to
positive
spin
people.
everything to be in a positive light. Like,
100%, that's
oh,
exactly
this is
what I'm
shit.
saying.
I feel like shit, but it had to happen to make me think this
Yep.
or do this and to move on and get past it.
Yeah.
That's the only like.
But what I think
otherwise
is
I'll just get
because
stuck there.
we're positive geared, right? Our heads just move in a positive way. That no matter what fucking happens, you're like, everything happens for a reason, always works out. No, it fucking doesn't. We just make everything work out.
Yeah.
100%.
No, I agree.
Like, we just make everything work out.
You
So
have
whatever
to.
you're faced with, you're like, okay, well, fuck you.
Yep.
I'm going to turn this around and I'm going to make it better or try harder. Or I just think that's all it is.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, it's right out there now, but Jocko Willink's thing that he's got, that's like
Who's that?
good. One of Rogan's mates.
Oh, okay.
I think it's one of his mates.
Yeah, 100%. Everyone's Rogan's mates. Who's not fucking Rogan, mate? Show me. I can go back to my old ways and jump on them.
But yeah, like he's got a little video on YouTube, and I think it might be called Good.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, you didn't get that job you're going for. Fucking good.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Work harder, learn more. You might get the next one.
Yeah.
Like you didn't
It's
catch
such
that
a good
train.
attitude.
Yeah.
Fucking good.
Yeah.
The next train's better.
Yeah.
The next train's got fucking better seats.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
You didn't get that
100%.
property.
So good.
Good.
Yeah. No, you didn't get that property. Good. Move on to the next
Yeah.
one. Find a different one. Like fucking,
Well, that's
and
what I
nothing's
said
worth
to you.
stressing out
Yeah.
over anyway.
Yeah.
you didn't get that 14-point red stag.
Bullshit.
Not good.
Not good. That's all
I know. I was about to go.
You don't come back from them
Not
ones.
good.
Where
You
were
do
you
not
there,
come back from
Jocko?
them.
No,
Yeah.
I feel like that. I think I watched a movie a couple years ago. It was the Cam Haines movie. Do you remember the one that at Mountain Ops movie night or whatever?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
And he spoke about that it's tough. It's tough to think about the animals that you've missed and all that. And I reckon that they haunt you and you need counseling to get over that shit.
Yeah, it does. It
second
does.
that.
It probably
Yeah.
hurts.
Yeah.
It does probably hurt when
Yeah.
if you put in a massive effort.
Massive effort.
And we all know that that's nearly what you have to do every time to be regularly successful.
Yeah.
So yeah, they do. Yeah, that's so fucking funny that they do hurt like that.
That's it. You can't do shortcuts.
No, that's it.
No.
Yeah.
You can't.
But
do
that's
shortcuts.
everything, right?
You always
You've
used
got
to
no
say
money
that.
and you get some money. Fuck yeah, it feels good.
Yep.
You're thirsty, you don't have any water, and then you find water. It's like, fuck, that water's good.
Yeah, good.
Everything's got to be like that. Everything should be a struggle and a difficult run through. Well, I shouldn't say everything, but it does. It makes everything so much better. It makes everything fucking good, you know. And I've always talked about that. Like, hardly anyone knows how good it is just to turn a light switch on.
Yep.
How simple is that? How simple is
Until
that
you don't have it, you don't know.
to us today? No,
Yeah.
that's right.
The last time you and I went hunting, we had a conversation about a close mate of mine who's he's going through some hardship at the moment with his
Poor bugger.
with his Achilles tendons. He's got really bad tendonitis, and he can't. He's finding it hard to. He's still going to work every day, concreting too. I'll add, hard as fuck. This dude. So, yeah, he's so positive and just such a fucking good hard dude.
Yeah.
But how it is now, like he's finding it hard to walk. And I said to you, Adam, there the other week when we were away hunting, I said to him, like, a dingo or a fox or something that gets its leg caught in a trap and that foot's fucked.
Yeah.
Do you think that it spends one day feeling sorry for itself between now and when it dies? Fucking no
No way. Yep.
He
'Cause
just
what a waste.
gets on with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
And that's how it is. Fucking life's hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Life's fucking
We've
tough.
always told our kids, you'll be right.
Yeah.
Like, get on with it.
Yeah, 100%.
You're uncomfortable, so
Yep.
what?
Yeah, who cares? Don't sweat
It'll
it.
be over soon.
Yep.
Yeah.
You'll be right.
You'll be right. Onwards and upwards.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, with fucking
I think
everything.
a lot of Aussies are she'll be right attitude.
Oh yeah, totally. I hope that never fades out of the country. I think a lot of other countries are like that too, to tell you the truth. But I think Aussies, they. Is
Take
it
it to
just
the next
because we
level.
go through a lot of hardship here though?
Maybe.
Fucking flood,
Yeah.
fire.
Yeah, but other countries might have other
Asteroid.
issues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look
they
at
do.
friggin' Afghanistan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's right. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think life's tough. It's supposed to be tough.
Well, who said it was meant to be easy?
No, 100%.
Yeah.
Just because
There's
we've got
no
a car with air conditioning or a house with a light switch or
we're
a tap.
accustomed to certain
That's right.
things.
We've only got those things because we're intelligent enough to invent them.
Yeah, totally.
But other than that, take all that away, we're just another animal
Yeah.
with its fucking leg caught in a trap.
Yeah, 100%.
That's it.
Yeah, chew the fucker off.
Chew the fucker off and keep
Great
going.
analogy. I loved it.
Yeah, I think you're supposed to get beat down sometimes too. I think that's part of the recipe of actually realizing how good. I think every now and then you're actually supposed to get beat down.
Yeah, because you'll learn from it.
Yeah.
And then the next person
And
that
you
you
grow.
see has been beat down, you will offer that wisdom that you've picked up through your hardships to them.
Yeah.
And then
Help them through.
it's a revolving door.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the whole going out bush and not having a light switch and coming home, flicking on the light and being like, how good's that? It's like, so at a point we don't have that light switch in ourselves and we're like fucking so beat down and stuff like that. And then as soon as it gets normal, not even good, as soon as it gets normal, you're like, holy fuck, life's good. Mm-hmm. But it's getting to that point, and some people throw the towel into that point, and that's why we have a horrible suicide rate and stuff like that. And no judgment there either. Like, who knows what they're going through? And
absolutely,
the human mind is a fucking computer that gets, trashed around sometimes. But yeah, it's so when you actually stand back and you actually have a look at all that in the big picture, and just like how will I know how to feel really good unless I go through some of that, without going to because I'm very, I don't do any drugs or anything like that. I'm not looking for a high in any other way than natural, normal life. That's what I want to be my high,
Yeah. Well, a life is made up of experiences, right?
Yeah.
It's made up of good experiences and bad experiences. So what would you have if you took away bad experiences? What would you be left with?
Yeah, I think
you'd be left with good experiences.
Yeah, but how do you even know that they are
exactly
good?
right?
Yeah.
My point exactly.
Yeah.
You're just left with experiences.
Yeah.
They would all be the same.
Yeah.
So how do you appreciate good without bad?
Yeah,
you don't.
Yeah.
100%. I love that.
Yeah,
that's
so
really
cool.
good.
I think we should finish the podcast on that.
I've got a few more questions.
Oh, do you? I was nearly going to finish it on, so chew your fucking leg off and get on with it. Yeah. Goodbye.
I just want to fucking chew my hand off right now.
Just for no reason.
Cameras.
Put a mouse
because I wouldn't be able to get it up here.
Yeah.
I could do my hand if you want.
Start gnawing.
What's the hardest thing you find with being a bow hunter? What's your hardship in bow hunting, you think? What kind of makes you go, oh, that's fucked, or I wish that was different?
Getting good access is fucking hard.
Yeah, I had a feeling that
here in Australia, hunting access is so hard.
It's going to get harder.
We have to face 100%.
It's going to get harder.
The American system's so freaking good.
Yep.
But
you can get a tag. You've got all this national forests and
so good.
They hunt their own animals.
Yeah, no, because they can, because there's so many of them. It's freaking awesome, and they're exciting. I've got no interest in hunting kangaroos, even if legally you're allowed to.
Yeah,
I wonder why that is.
Excite me.
What do you mean?
Because
why we're not allowed to?
No. Why do the guys in the States be attracted to deer and elk and all their
I think because
animals?
traditionally they've always had access to them and hunted them.
Yeah, not just that. That there, look at that animal on the wall. That animal on the wall is medieval, as in age, how he looks and everything like that. That it's that bred into us, right? And this is where a bit of the trophy hunting thing sort of gets said, and it's actually not. Whether I was interested in something's antlers or not, when something runs out of the bush with antlers on it, immediately I'm just like, oh my God, look at that.
Yeah,
it's the primitive
it's fucking
man.
primal.
Yeah,
it's seriously primal. And then when something runs out like a wombat or something like that, it doesn't have that same look about it. But a pig can run out. A pig's very similar to, say, a wombat, but because it's got tusks and they're aggressive and it's just got that straight away, it's primal again. It just looks primal, and it's because our ancestors hunted what you're looking at. Our ancestors didn't hunt wombats. They didn't hunt kangaroos and stuff like that.
Well, essentially, this country is like a new country. Like it's not.
It is, and then
it was discovered not that long ago.
Yeah, really. And then our traditional people here, the traditional people of Australia, the Indigenous, they hunted kangaroos and stuff like that, but it was different. It wasn't passed on to us because that's in their past and stuff like that. So it might, if we had an Aboriginal person in here that was of younger, they might be like, oh no, I look at this and But
well, I really think that we would be different had it been a normal progression to hunt our natives, because I've heard stories of guys from the States coming over.
Because it's never been our thing to do. It's not in us because we've always thought that.
Absolutely. Like I've heard stories of guys coming over from the States just going, and you would have seen it as well. Is that a fucking kangaroo?
Yeah, I know.
Holy
they
shit.
freak
and they're
out
like
about
fascinated.
Do you know how weird a kangaroo is?
Oh,
what other animal
weird.
do you know that
looks like
gets
a
around on
bird
two
rat
legs
that jumps?
and its other two, it's not legs, their fucking paws are up here. Like a person.
Like a dinosaur.
Yeah.
Like a
Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're fucking strange.
They're weird. They're so weird.
But I don't know. Maybe we'd look at it different if it had to come through.
Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I shot
but I do know what you mean.
Younger, not with a bow, like just when we were living on the land, because that's what we had to do to thin out the numbers. And it was just never I don't know.
Wasn't exciting.
It just wasn't exciting.
Not one bit.
No.
Not one bit.
It wasn't.
Not one bit.
But a wild boar or a buffalo or a deer or something like that, it's just like...
Yeah. Well, I just kind of think that it's so tradition in America. Like, they've always... It seems like that they've always hunted their animals and eaten them. Like it's so normal.
They have.
It's so normal.
Well,
whereas it's not that normal for our country to understand that.
No, it's not. But I guess even at our age, if they taught the traditional Aboriginal past, of the Indigenous people, if they taught that better in the schools, how they did hunt and things like that, I guess it would be more appealing to hunt our own animals, even though you wouldn't be allowed to because it's illegal anyway. But maybe it would be if they brought it up through the school systems like that it was such a normal and natural thing to do.
Yeah,
absolutely. That's what this country needs.
I know.
The country was founded
at the moment.
The country was founded on it.
Yeah.
So and then it's weird. Like, we had to bring rabbits in because people were hungry. And it's like, we had to bring foxes in because there was too many rabbits. And it's just like we kept introducing these things, whereas we could have hunted and under the right model supported our own natives that we've got here right now, and there'd be actually conservation going into them, very similar to the American system. Yeah, it's
weird.
Hey, they cull and slaughter kangaroos just like everything else.
Yeah.
It's just that we don't get to do it, which is a very funny system.
I wish we had young Kieran here to look up the population of kangaroos in the country, because it's insane.
Through the roof.
But how good would it be, say, like you were doing a backcountry hunt here in Australia, right? You got issued 10 kangaroo tags for the year that you could kill. You got limited food. You're on to your last couple of days. You got stuff all tucker left. Kangaroos are fucking headbutting each other, running around the paddock.
Yeah.
How good would it be to fucking tag a kangaroo out?
Yeah, meat.
Bang.
100%.
Skins, everything like that. Yeah, totally. It could have been a completely different model here instead.
I'd pay. I'd pay X amount of money to...
You are paying now. You are paying now for your tax dollars, except they're shooting them out of a helicopter.
I'm not getting the opportunity to eat that in the middle of nowhere.
There's no benefit to you. Absolutely no benefit to you. So if we...
Mind you, I'd much rather eat something else. Like a
I like kangaroo.
I do as well. I'd rather eat a bit of venison.
Oh,
yeah, I would too, but I do. I can eat it.
Yeah,
certainly wouldn't.
It's probably the gamiest meat that I've ever eaten. Kangaroo.
It's almost purple.
It's a very, very strong flavor.
Yeah.
So, like, you would know about this, what they're trying to bring into Victoria at the moment, the state of Victoria, where they're going to try and make animals sentinel beings.
Beings.
Beings, yep.
Beings.
Yeah. Where, that basically, if they
like
then
all
find,
animals?
I believe so.
Like ants and flies.
I don't know. I guess no. Well, I don't know.
Or spiders.
Shit. But the prosecution, hunting's not cruel. 100%. If hunting's done in the right way, hunting is not cruel. Simple as that.
Driving down the road at 100 miles an hour and hitting a kangaroo, is that cruel?
If they deem it, I guess. And because the other thing is, riding a horse is not cruel, but how about you get the wrong rider and then they start using something to hurt the horse? So that's what I mean.
So what? There's no more Melbourne Cup now?
So it's an individual thing. Well, not even that. I'm not even touching on that.
We're not losing Melbourne Cup.
No.
Oh, but that's
not
a bit cruel.
Not that I'm into horse racing
I wouldn't
at
say
all,
never.
but
No.
That's not happening.
So they're allowed to, like, after the race, you know how if like a horse like hurts itself or whatever and they're just
euthanize.
Yeah. So that's not allowed anymore, or they're still going to do that? You reckon?
No, I don't know. Sort of asking the wrong questions and the wrong person. I'm just trying to make people aware that this is what could happen. You know, and the extreme of it would be bow hunting and all hunting is banned, right?
Yeah,
that would be much easier to push for bow hunting, any hunting to be banned at that point.
Yep.
I think pig hunting with dogs would be the first thing on the list.
Well, it's been that close in the past. I remember
in Victoria.
No, in New South Wales.
Oh, okay.
Hunting any animal with a dog was like that goes for your deer as well. I think rabbits, foxes. Hunting any animal with a canine was they were pushing to get it legalised. That's why all the pig dog clubs started up around the place. I was a member of one here.
Yeah. Getting some backing and numbers and everything.
Yeah, that's right. Trying to get our voice heard.
But so if let's say they banned hunting.
So can you just say what the definition of a sentinel being is? It's basically
It's with feelings. It's something that has
it's humanized or something.
Yeah, it's making animals on the same level as humans.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
And
of worth.
100%. Everyone in this room right now is fully against any cruelty to animals. That's why we practice. That's why we're ethical. That's why we know the organs of an animal. So it's a quick, effective kill.
Yeah.
So we've put everything in place, so there is no cruelty there, right? Because then it's like, well, what about animal cruelty? Like a wild pig attacking another wild pig and scarring it up and stuff like that. Do you kill that other pig that hurt it then?
Put it before the courts?
Where do you stop? No, that's what it's saying.
Yeah.
But if they banned all hunting, right? As recreational hunters, we go out, we get exercise, mental health, meat, everything like that, collect all the animal that we can. Bunch of other benefits there as well, still benefiting wildlife because we only hunt invasive species in Australia, something that's been deemed as feral. If they banned all hunting and we couldn't hunt anymore, the government would still go in and gun these animals down for the sake of the ecosystem. So it wouldn't save a damn thing. It would be heaps worse because now the animals will be shot and left to rot on the ground. This is my whole point. When we do it, it's done in a much more nicer way. It's no different than someone buying meat from the store. If you're happy for someone to buy meat at the store and eat meat, you need to be happy for hunters to be able to go out hunting.
Yeah.
Because it's exactly the same thing. And if that was stopped, no animal lives are getting saved because they're going to go through and fucking bomb them up with a helicopter gun ship or from the ground or whatever they're going to do. So it's like such a weird thing to try and push, and that's what I mean. There's more behind it. If they get this over the line, there'll be more.
If they're saying that all animals are sentinel beings, yet they're killing them from helicopter, isn't that like some sort of genocide then? Like,
no, 100%. Yeah, no, where do you stop it?
Absolutely.
Like if you're comparing animals to humans, how would that even be allowed?
Genocide.
Yeah.
No, we're part of the animal kingdom 100%. And it's just like if you can't prosecute a lion from eating another lion or killing a cub lion, then a human cannot be prosecuted either for hunting that animal. And in fact, humans are the best thing to do the hunting in that sense. Yes, because we do care. But a lion will, like, you see those zebras. You see those zebras getting around with their guts hanging out.
Yep.
And the lion's just like not doing nothing about it. Yep. If that's a person and they did a wrong shot on an animal,
zebra, I'm a fucking lion.
Yeah,
no,
exactly.
But as a person with feelings and we care, it's like, okay, we need to do everything in our power to put that animal out of its misery. It's actually in misery.
Yeah.
It's hurting. This isn't good.
Yeah.
And as a person as well, and not a desperate one, it's like, okay, I'm going to practice I'm going to make sure I use all the right equipment. I'm going to make sure I understand the animal's vitals so I know how to make a quick, ethical, fast kill. So it's best for the animal's welfare as well. So it's like, if anything, these people should be thanking us and putting up fucking petitions against lions that are killing cubs. I'm basically saying, like, thank you, hunters. You guys are really good. But them fucking pigs that attack each other and don't care and fight, they're not good.
Yeah. But it just goes to show that they're animals and we're humans. There's a big difference here, guys.
Yeah.
Huge difference.
Yeah. And there's good and there's bad humans.
Yes.
Simple as that.
Yeah.
But all the hunters that I've ever met over the years, I've not found a hunter that doesn't care about ethics. Every hunter that I've ever met actually cares about the animal, wants a quick, fast kill for that animal, you know, and wants to do it right.
Yeah. I every single hunter that I've ever met loves animals just as much as I do.
Yeah.
Which is 100%. A lot.
Yeah. I would agree.
Yeah.
For sure.
Well, I need to piss so bad. So sorry, but
thanks for being here.
But thanks for being here.
No,
so
I
good.
Appreciate the invite.
This is one of a few podcasts that we'll definitely do with you because I know that you've got a bunch of story to tell. You've got such a cool, interesting
We didn't even
life.
get into hunting.
What's hunting? Oh, this room. No.
Huh?
We didn't even get into the
like as in hunting trips or
no, not really. It's just a chit-chat.
Chit-chat.
Regular.
It's the bowhunter's life.
Chit-chat.
Yeah.
It's the bowhunter's life.
It is the bowhunter's life.
A lot about life and
a
lot about bowhunting.
It is. It so is.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, I appreciate you coming in, brother.
Yes,
it's been
thank
awesome
you.
talking with you.
Much
Thanks,
appreciated
Kimmi.
again. And
You're welcome.
catch you later.
Okay. Peace.